It all began here in Huddersfield, the summer of 1895, the most momentous day in rugby league history, the breakaway from the English Rugby Union. The first season witnessed 22 teams play pro rugby. The players got paid expenses for missing time off work. Halifax was one of those original 22 teams who took part in the revolutionary break. They played liversage. Each player was paid 6 shillings each. 102 years later, the European Super League kicks off its second season. With it, 12 of the strongest and toughest teams in the Northern Hemisphere battle for the ultimate prize, global supremacy. The wave of change had crashed through the game, bringing with it a new flavour of teams, supporters and even rules. But one thing remains the same, that is the fundamental vision that rugby league had all those years ago: payment for sport, money for rugby. Halifax, or the Blue Sox as they are now also known, continue to believe in that vision. They are still at the forefront of rugby, currently battling in the European Super League. They have remained true to their beliefs. 2 years ago, rugby league faced a change. Mass investment and a lot of hard work made rugby league a new and far more superior game. Mark Newton is rugby league's director of marketing. It's been his job to repackage the sport and sell it back to the fans.
I'm absolutely convinced that is the way forward. And of course the role model of Bradford and to this season of course Halifax and Leeds Rhinos are doing the same job. It is attracting young people, it is attracting new people. It is a proven method to attract new crowds, so I've got no reason to see why we can't continue to follow that model. But the sport is ripe for that kind of marketing and that kind of event on the day.
Nigel Kay is part of the Blue Sox's marketing team. It's his job to promote the side throughout the town.
To really raise the profile, I mean, one of my roles as well as the membership is to raise the profile. By raising the profile, people get to know about the Blue Sox and everything that they do. In the past, that it's probably been mainly just the die-hard rugby fans knew there was a team here. Unless the team was doing exceptionally well and going to Wembley and things, then everybody would get to hear about it. But it's our aim to actually promote the club in a totally different way to attract the new fans, and that's by raising the profile. So the marketing is there to raise that profile, to bring on the new fans.
I think the biggest thing that's started is that we are trying to make the sport a lot trendier. We're trying to create heroes, like Robbie Paul is probably our #1 hero at the moment. He's young, he's a very intelligent guy, very articulate. He's produced a record, he's been on fashion shoots and so on, and he's a good-looking guy. That's important. The other thing we're trying to do is to make match day an entertainment. No longer do we want people just to go along for 80 minutes of rugby. We want people to be at the game an hour beforehand, because however many times you're on TV, you cannot capture the atmosphere watching on TV, nor can you capture the entertainment that goes on in and around the ground up to kick-off. And that's what we're trying to achieve with all our 12 Super League clubs.
In the past, a lot of clubs have always just expected fans to turn up. Now we've got to give them something for turning up, and that is, yeah, mainly on the pitch, giving them good teams to support. But out of that, we've got to give them a lot more in terms of added value, which is a very key word in marketing, as a lot of the supermarkets have your membership cards, etc. You get discounts. We've got to try to do that more of a club, so it's more beneficial to turn up and watch the Blue Sox, and you get more than just the game.
Thrum Hall is Halifax's long-standing ground. The fans are passionate about their club, but do they value the entertainment the club now has on offer?
Well, they make me smile. They're not too serious. They don't take themselves too seriously either, which I like. A bit like me.
I think entertainment in general is what's needed. I think Halifax could do a lot more with it, to be perfectly honest. Seeing some of the other mascots that's around, especially coming up Thrum Hall, I think our tool will leave a lot to be desired. I think we could do a bit more, to help it.
Want live singers, not just... like, because at Sheffield the other night they had a good singer on and it really good.
Get Michael Jackson or someone.
Good entertainment, yeah. I've seen them round town and all, that's good. Good for kids. Could do with some little models now, similar to them.
The club's new family image has been built around the club mascots Billy and Bluey and the cheerleading squad, the Halifax Bluebells. Nigel Wood is the club's chief executive. He firmly believes entertainment of this kind is the key to success.
as a Super League club to be able to generate 10,000 people coming through the turnstiles, and history has taught us that there aren't that many rugby league fans in the district of Calderdale at the moment. What we have to do is open up the sport not just to rugby fans but to entertainment seekers. So the concept behind relaunching the club as the Blue Sox meant that we would begin to appeal to families and younger children who were not only just interested in rugby league but were interested in a more complete entertainment package. So that has been the marketing strategy and the justification for the relaunch.
Chris Murgatroyd is the marketing manager of the Blue Sox. It is his responsibility to organise all the pre-match entertainment.
There you are trying to provide a product which people will want to buy. The way that you do it is obviously different because you're promoting a different kind of package. If you're selling something that costs 20p and you're buying a supermarket, then obviously the strategy is different than selling something where you actually have to make your way to an event, and it costs more, and the strengths and the things that you're trying to promote are different. What is also different is that we're trying to promote a unique concept. We're not trying to package an existing product, we're trying to build a new product around the game. It's a family sport where everybody gets involved, and it's fun with the guy you stood next to, fun with the kid you stood next to, and fun on the field until the actual action starts, and then you can shout for your team, shout for whoever you're there for. But
it was always the intention that the new characters and the new offers, the Bluebells and Billy and Bluey, would develop personas and profiles of their own. I think they're just as important a part of the marketing team as any of the players in that respect. I think you have to accept that we've only just nicely got the mascots working in the way we want them to work. We've only just nicely got the Bluebells working the way we want to work. And the next stage is to kick on now, to develop those reputations and those personas, and to develop the merchandise and the spin-offs that go with that.
The typical Bluebell image is a young girl who enjoys coming to watch their team play and hopefully watching them win and cheering them on at the same time.
We train 3 times a week for 3 or 4 hours, and then we've got a game like on the Sundays, and it's extremely hard. We've trained in every kind of weather you can imagine, including rain, dirt. It's just unbelievable. But we do it because it's commitment, and that's what we're there for.
We're getting a lot better. We know now what's expected of us, what we're supposed to be doing, and at the start we didn't know that. We didn't know what was going to happen, we didn't know what to expect. But now we know what's happening, we know what's going on, so we know how to cope with things better.
All the old people that used to come to the old matches didn't bring the children, but now it's the family day out, so you've got to put stuff on for every age. If the older people who come to rugby before, if they want to watch the game, they can watch the game, they don't even have to watch us. But then we are there for the younger ones and people who do want to watch us.
It's a bit nerve-wracking at first coming out and there's like 7,000 people there, but once you get going and people are actually cheering at you, it's really good.
Two years ago when Super League was first created, the game was going backwards in terms of national profile, attendances, sponsorship monies and so on. It had to change, it has changed, it is now a modern, bright, vibrant game. We have another 3.5 seasons of Super League to go, backed by B-Sky B. You have to go for it. You can't spend time thinking about what will happen if it doesn't work. If you started to do that, you wouldn't be concentrating on all the positives.
Super League? Who knows what the next critical few years will bring? Will we ever see a hybrid game where the Union and League reunites? Or simpler still, club mergers that attract a good support base from one particular geographical area? What will have to be achieved is the complete professionalism of staff from backroom to the pre-match entertainment. It has to be the way forward. Halifax don't deserve to be left behind. I, for one, just hope that the success it has gained continues and prospers, and the Rupert Murdochs of the world continue to believe in the institution and vision it has and has always had.